Welcome to TutorASRumale, only knowledge, nothing else. Subscribe and click on the bell icon for updates on new videos. Like, comment and share it with your friends. Your comments and suggestions are most welcome. So dear friends, we are going to study now cloud computing. This is an introductory first slide of cloud computing, a first video from TutorASRumale. This is my book that I co-author with Dr. Chaudhari and Dr. Vilas M Thakare, two mentors who actually given me all the knowledge in cloud computing, whatever that I'm having right now. Okay, this ebook is available on Google Books only for in Indian rupees 105. Okay, this is a link to buy this book from the Google Play Store, and this is link to buy is from the Google Books. Okay, so let's start with the cloud computing. Now, what is cloud computing? The starting point of cloud computing, when exactly it started. If you see the cloud computing is heavily depends upon networking. Any type of networking, internet is the basis of cloud computing. Actually, the symbol of cloud is the symbol of internet. Okay, the cloud is the symbol of internet, and so internet computing you can call as a cloud computing, and started with it. So it started with the networking. So at beginning cloud wasn't used, cloud computing name wasn't used there. Now what cloud computing? It is basically, if you go with a simple scenario of cloud computing or simple meaning of cloud computing, it's just a client server mechanism where number of clients gets served by a server. This server we call here as a cloud service provider or CSP, and the clients are called as the cloud users, and it is quite a complex phenomena, but simplistic manner. If you really want to know what exactly the cloud computing is, client server mechanism is the best mechanism to explain it. Okay, so it is not purely client server mechanism, but it is uses the principle of client server mechanism. So the server means the CSP, cloud service providers, provides the information services while the client consumes or uses it on some business model, and that business model is called as pay as you go or pay per usage basis. So whatever that is offered in cloud computing is offered as a service. So anything shareable. If hardware is shareable, it is offered as a service. If software is shareable, it is offered as a service. If platform is shareable, it is offered as a service. And while offering this for the usage time, the cloud service provider actually bill you for a very minuscule or very minimal amount, but and your work is done, they also get the payment and everything. And for this purpose, the network, the between network which is used to connect the CSP with the cloud users or CUs is internet or cloud, and so it's called as a cloud computing system. Now its roots is in ARPANET. If you know this, what is ARPANET? ARPANET is the first what can I say, multiple computer network designed and developed by this defense department of research department of US government, and it was the very success, or it was the start of the internet, because internet adapted the ARPANET's model, and the internet or the cloud become what you can say thing. Now this ARPANET is having this host to host protocol, host to IMP protocol, IMP to IMP protocol, and these IMP to IMP protocols have different computers connected with each other, which forms the subnet or what is called as a cloud. And host to host protocol, they are actually working with each other. So this is the first scenario of the cloud computing. At that time they haven't used the name cloud computing. Actually one CEO of a very prestigious company, while giving his presentation, simply forgotten what exactly this symbol of cloud is used for, and so instead of saying is an internet computing, simply said it is a cloud computing, and the techno word simply grabbed that word cloud because that buzzword have given them a business model, and so they started throwing it. So cloud computing basically is not the new technology, it is just the different technologies combined together using the networking, and the base model is the client server model on which it works. Okay, so here is the 5 computer connectivity models, which is actually based on this ARPANET. At that time there was used to be mainframes, a very now we call them as an supercomputers. So when two supercomputers are connected with each other, or two mainframes are connected each other, generally the server machine, which are high-end machines, they are called as mainframe. They are connected with each other to form a server farm. It's called as mainframe connectivity. Then we are having the mainframe workstation. Workstation is the client machine, mainframe is the server machine. Mainframe's workstation, sometimes if the workstation is having sufficient capacity, can be connected with the mainframe to form the internet or form the network. Now workstation model, generally when we go for the LAN, local area networks, and likewise we are generally having the different computers, small computers which are of type workstation. They are connected with each other, and this network is called as workstation connectivity model. The next model is processor pool model. Generally when we use the computer, we are not using the 100% of it, and so this processor pool model is used, where the processors are shifted into a single what you can say motherboard, or maybe on a single chip, and then you get the hundreds of processors or 10 of processor on the same motherboard or the same chip, and then you can use that. This is called as processor pool model, where the processors are utilized as per the requirement and at the maximum. The last model is the hybrid model, which is actually the mix of all these four models. Okay, mainframe workstation and processor pool, all the mix of this is the hybrid model. Now when we are having this networking of the internet networking, actually there are two type of scenario of networking, which is called as tightly coupled networking, and another is loosely coupled networking. So first we'll see what is tightly coupled and loosely coupled networking. They are very used to form these computer networks, or what we call as an internet or intranet, or whatever network we say, computer network. When you have the digital network, you are having only these two scenarios, either it is loosely coupled or it is tightly coupled. Then when all these interconnected computers in a network or the processors network share common primary memory, I'm saying the common primary memory, when they are having the common primary memory, we call it as a tightly coupled. No matter whether they are on the same motherboard, or whether they are on a different motherboard, or maybe on a different location, even if they are having the common primary memory. Many times the distributed share memory is also can be considered as a common primary memory. They actually share the same address space. In that case, we can call them as a tightly coupled network system. And tightly coupled network systems are generally used to form the server farms, or what we call as in computing centers or data centers, and they are actually the part of cloud service providers architecture. So when we say tightly coupled, we are talking about the servers. Okay, then we are having this multi-processor tightly coupled system, where multiple processors are fused onto single motherboard, and it will say from 2 onwards. Right now you can have on a single motherboard around 10 processors, and it's generally called as symmetric multiprocessor system. They are having the common memory, and it gives quite good performance. So this is a simple architecture of general block diagram architecture, where you are in this different CPU keys are there. They are in the common primary memory, common network interface, and this gives you the multiprocessor system. Now this is different than the multi-core system. Multi-core system, you are having a single CPU, only there you are having multiple ALUs with their CPU, the cores what we call. Okay, then what is tightly coupled? They are generally known as parallel processing, because you are having the CPU 1, CPU 2, CPU 3 to CPU K. You can execute program 1 on CPU 1, program 2 on CPU 2, program 3 on CPU 3, and onwards. So parallelly you can execute the programs, or parallelly you can execute the part of a same program on the different CPU. So it's called as parallel processing system, or also called as high performance system. Best example of this parallel processing system using this parallel CPU is the CUDA or NVIDIA graphics processor. Okay, then we are having these massively parallel processors, that is again the CUDA as example, which thousands of processors or computers are interconnected with each other using very high speed network and switch interconnect, or it can use the what can say on chip like a NVIDIA graphics processor, and it shares the common memory. So these are what tightly coupled systems are. Now what is loosely coupled system? Loosely coupled systems are our general computers which are connected with each other, even with the internet. Right now my computer is connected with the internet, but my computer is having its own memory, its independent operating system and everything. Now it is internet connected with internet. It can get disconnect from the internet anytime and still it go on working. Then you can call my computer or this laptop is actually loosely coupled with the network. So that is loosely coupled network. All the client base of cloud is formed by this loosely coupled computers. And if you go with the tightly coupled system, they are generally form this single system image or SSI in fullest, while in loosely coupled system, because there is no such a tightly coupled thing, then they are having independent, they generally uses message passing or remote procedure calls. For example, when we enter HTTP as Google or something as an URL, we are actually passing a message that kindly send me the data which is on this particular URL, and then we get that page open. So this is what we can say, the message passing, remote procedure calls, and likewise. So loosely coupled systems, they heavily depends on this message passing and remote procedure calls. Now if you go with this forms the base of the cloud computing clients. Okay, so all the client base of cloud computing is loosely coupled with the CSP, while in the CSP infrastructure all the computers are tightly coupled with each other, while they are loosely coupled with the internet and the client base. Okay, so best suited connection model for the cloud computing, if you see all this, you'll find that is client base is what you can say the model which is not having anything tightly coupled. It is loosely coupled. It may be workstation, mainframe, workstation, or mainframe. While if you go with the server or CSP architecture, it's tightly coupled, and in a tightly coupled, it may uses the SMPs, it may uses the MPP. So MPP is what you are pulling the processors, so it uses processor pull model and everything. So actually the cloud computing architecture is a hybrid model. So this is how cloud computing is there. You are having loosely coupled cloud users base here, you are having loosely coupled internet cloud which is uncertain, and then you are having very tightly coupled cloud service provider CSPs, they are tightly coupled. You are having a grid of processor MPPs here and grid of storage devices, storage area networks and there. So I think this much is sufficient to give you an idea about what exactly the cloud computing is. We will see further that issues of cloud computing and everything in next slide. Don't forget to buy my book which I co-author by Dr. Dinesh Chaudhari and Dr. V M Thakare, available for 105 rupees on Google Books and Google Play Store. Thank you very much for listening to me. Kindly subscribe my channel. Thank you.